Welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List. And once again, we are here at South Commons. And I always tell everybody, if you are enjoying these coaching videos, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page and follow us on all of our social media platforms. Today, I'm honored to be here with Coach April Collins at Houston County. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll hop right in because you just got done with the game. Your girls are eating pizza in the stands, and you're about to go play another one, right?
Yes, sir.
Tonight. We're a little behind right now, so you have a little extra time.
That's all right.
So we got you in the AC. That's all.
I love the air conditioning. I'll take this. It was a lot hotter outside, so I'm good with this.
That is true. So, Coach, jump right in. I always ask everybody, tell everybody, I know your coaching journey, but tell everybody else a little bit about your coaching journey and how you ended up back at Houston.
We met at a good time. Not going to bring that up. But I finished college at Valdosta State in 2014. I got a job at Ware County. And I actually got a job coaching basketball.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So I did not know you were
So I coached basketball.
Okay.
And the basketball coach was like, well, you played softball. Do you want to go meet the softball coach? Went down to the field in my dress, my interview dress, met the coach, was hired. So I took my first job down there, coached 1 year, and then I just was ready to kind of make it back home. And then obviously Angela Crawford, she knew I was trying to get back, so started back at Houston County 2015, and I've been there ever since. Been the head coach for 5 years, so love it. Obviously, I was a Bear, so I'm glad to be back at home and coaching at the team that made me and who I am today.
Absolutely, and working for the same coach that you played for, and also working with Coach Kirkland for a year, who I think is great. Also, you kind of see how other programs are in, and you played for a very good coach in college, who's very tough as well.
Yes.
But you get to formulate. You coaches all the time. You steal things from other places.
Oh, yeah.
So of all the things you've kind of taken from other places, what is it you want your program to be known for?
That's a tough question. Ultimately, my biggest thing when the girls leave me, I want them to leave better than they came through. Yep. Obviously, we like winning games as a coach, but it's so much more than that. But I want our program, Houston County, to be known for just scrappy and competitive. Even in the years where maybe we're down, still being competitive to playing games, still being, like I said, that team, being a dog and handling business. And this team, this program, it's like, let's grow together so that we can be good human beings outside of softball, because it's so much more than that.
Yep.
Just seeing all the different things that girls go through. I think we mentioned this at FCA camp. It's like, what is one of your biggest accomplishments as a coach? And to me, it's like getting that text, hey, coach, I need your address to invite you to my wedding. Or, hey, coach, I'm getting baptized. Those are the biggest moments. So to me, in this program, I want, obviously, for us to be a scrappy, competitive team, but just to be just great young ladies to go into the community after softball.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. It is very difficult to be a teenager these days.
It is.
And,
it is.
As a former coach myself, there's so much that goes on, and this kind of keeps coming up with other coaches too, that if you can focus on those things, the rest of it always, it always kind of plays itself out. So, you talk about getting invited to weddings and those kind of things. So I always ask coaches, what's your favorite story? And it could be a wedding story. It could be anything, but, it could be on the field or off the field. You tell as many as you want.
Oh, I have plenty. I was trying to narrow it down to a couple. I'll start with my softball story. As an assistant, this little soccer girl came into the play. She tried out soccer. That was her sport. And to watch her grow from her freshman year to her senior year, just talking about being just a coachable player. And it was her senior year. She was in the flex all year long. We would kind of swap her out to run for the DP. And we were tied going into some extras. I forget how many innings against Tift County. We had to put her back in because we had burned the DP. And, in this moment, I think it was we had runners ready to score. And she gets up there, she hit her little blooper over second base. She scored, we scored the winning run. And the biggest part that I loved the most wasn't obviously winning the game, because I enjoy that, but she ran across the field. She gives me this big bear hug. And just that moment, you're like, okay, we're impacting these girls, obviously, but just to be able to celebrate that with her. And obviously later on after she graduated, just writing notes just thank you for your impact as a coach. And then Now I tell them, hey, when you graduate, we can be friends. So she was like, and being a great friend. So I was like, okay, we can be friends now, I guess. Obviously moments like that. And then we do a team bonding. Actually, with that senior class, we do a team bonding trip. They wanted to start one. So we went up to LJ, stayed at this former coach that I worked with, her house, super nice cabin. And we went tubing. And that tubing trip took 6 hours long. And it was...
Did y'all get lost?
No, it just took forever. It took forever. But it was just so funny because we're just floating along and I'm doing laps around them because I'm super competitive anyway. So I'm like, oh, I can do this. And the girls are really struggling, getting stuck. But this is just a funny memory. But I see a beaver on the side and I was like, oh, look, a beaver, y'all. I'm fine. I'm floating. That beaver jumps in right after me towards the girls.
Flapping his tail.
They're screaming. So that's a core memory. Like, I know that has nothing to do with softball. But it's just a moment, like, okay, that's funny. Like, as a coach, we can laugh about that with our team. But just memories like that. And that's what the girls remember. Yeah. Like, their senior night, they wrote the tubing trip when we went on our team bonding trip. Or they write the bus trips, But every single girl in that senior class was like, when we went tubing, when we got stuck tubing, when Coach Collins was doing laps around us tubing. So that was a fun one. And I'm still making so many more memories with each team that I have. Each group is so special. But that one right there is just a funny story that I just will remember. And I always tell people about that beaver that jumped in at my team.
Well, and those are the things that I used to tell mine all the time. Like, you're not going to remember what the score of this game was. You'll remember some games, but all the details. But it, like you said, the core memories, the bus trips, the singing, the making TikToks, the beaver slapping his tail, and all those kind. Yes, we talked with Coach Kirkland about TikToks on the bus. So yes, it's a thing. But and I know with all those memories too, you keep in touch with your players.
Yeah.
So whether one of those players or somebody else came to you, one of your assistants now, and you have an army of assistants. And you even told me, said somebody's not here, and I said, I'm counting. Is there 7 here?
There are 7 total. That includes me. So yeah.
And someone's not here.
Well, now I got them all. They got me a little bit late from work. So yeah.
Gotcha. So, but if one of them or anybody comes to you and says, Coach, I want to be a head coach one day, what piece of advice would you give them?
Have good assistants. I mean, I can, and obviously, like, I'm active and I'm doing a lot of things, but it's like, I know that if something were to happen to me, getting ejected in a ball game, things like that didn't happen at all. Not speaking from experience, but just in case it ever happens to somebody, your assistants can handle it. Yep. And that's what I would always say. Jason Brett, my athletic director, he says, as a coach, you want to have a lot of assistants and a lot of balls. And I think then you can run a good program. So that's my biggest advice for head coaches. And obviously, take their advice, and you're the head coach, but they know a lot too. Like, I know my expertise is as a coach, and they have it. So allowing that to help build your program is a crucial piece, I think, as a head coach.
Oh yeah, and talking about Coach Brett, like, I know him being a baseball coach and stuff too. It's also a lot lately. I've heard coaches talk about their support system, whether that be at home with their assistants. A lot of times it kind of filters up to the admin, and having admin that understand that, because they may understand it, but if you can't get people hired, then it's hard to do that. So that's really, really cool. So in all the duties, which you got a lot of them taken care of, so you can focus on the other things like budget, spending money.
Yes.
And the big thing behind the website is just trying to put things out there for coaches to make their lives easier. You don't need to spend time on Google, and coaches always text and find. So every vendor that's on the website is actually referred by a coach. That's the only way I put them on there. So who's a vendor, and they could be on the website or not, but who's somebody you work with that you would love to refer to any other coaches?
Our school uses Baker Sports, so they're really good to our school. And then another one at my school, he is a teacher, and he owns a business. It's Trap Golf. So yes, it's golf. But he does a lot of things that, he helps me, whether it's like graphics or designing a shirt, something like that. And he also is one of my sponsors. So he helps me with that type of thing. And he can make hats, so he can do anything.
Did he make those?
He didn't make these ones. So I use a lot of people, I feel like. Graphic Guys is outside of Houston County.
They're on there.
Robbins.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Graphic Guys, he's always great too. So those would be my 3 that I always kind of lean to. I'm like, hey, I need this. So yeah, it's super helpful to be able to look and see like who treats coaches well and who can help, because we're busy. So
Oh yeah.
to be able to have somebody that's good to handle business too is important.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, even just little things. This keeps coming up, like getting you a quote in a timely
Oh
manner.
yeah.
You know, meeting deadlines, and or at least telling you, I can't meet that deadline. You need to call somebody else, and that happens sometimes. Just the honesty about it. So, well, listen, Coach, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You can stay in the air conditioning as long as you
I
want.
might.
But thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thanks for asking me to join you. Appreciate you and what you do for softball in this game. Even though you're a little bit out of it, you're still in it. You know that.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Can't get away from it. So thank you.
Thank you.
All righty.